What's up, guys? Billy Loves Dipping here with another video. Today, I'm going to turn that down. Today I'm going to be talking about, and it's actually, I'll get into it in a second. Today I'm going to be talking about, different ways to preserve dip and different ways to restore or rehydrate dip that's gone dry, which is actually ironic because today I'm dipping some Timberwolf Wintergreen. And I don't know if you remember when I reviewed this stuff, but this is the same can that I reviewed a long time ago. I'll put in a lip real quick. I'll explain, how I can dip this, even though it's... I don't know how to read Timberwolf's labels, but it's pretty damn old. I can tell you that much. So, there's only a little bit left. A lot less than I thought there was in here, else I probably would have just killed the can a long time ago. Let's see what I can do here. Oh god, that was just... Ew. What do I got around here? I'll just use my shirt. Don't have quite enough in now. See if I can get another little pinch in. Let's try to squeeze some of the fucking juice out of it this time. God damn. Alright. God damn, you see how much fucking black juice was in that? It's because I fucked up. I'll tell you in a second why. Alright. So, in my beginners videos and everything, you've probably heard me explain a couple ways to preserve your dip, but I figured I'd go through a little more in depth about what I do and why I do it, and a couple of things that are just not a good idea to do, or if you do them, you just got to be real careful. I don't have a whole lot here because there's only so many ways that I know to restore or preserve dip. First one, be a man. Dip your dip in a timely fashion to where you don't have to preserve it. But if you're like me and you buy, oh, said that in a British accent for a second, and you buy multiple cans at a time, I like to take my cans home. The one that I'm going to be dipping out of, I put in my back pocket. The other ones I put in the freezer, so they're fresh as they can be when I get them. It keeps it fresh because it freezes it, and it also doesn't... The thing about tobacco is, and especially because dip is moist, there's a real good chance you can get mold to grow. And I've never had it. I've never seen it. That doesn't mean it hasn't happened. I don't know if it's something you can't really see it when your dip molds or anything like that. I imagine you could probably see it, but I've heard of it happen before. If you put it in the freezer, it'll stop it from growing mold. It won't let any mold grow. Another thing to preserve your dip, say you're not a big dipper. You dip maybe once every couple days or something, or just you dip every once in a while just to relax and whatnot. And you're not an avid dipper. You don't dip like a can a day like everybody else. Snuff skins, I showed you in the last video. They will keep your dip fresh for longer because they create an airtight seal around the can. They don't let any air get in, and again, you're not gonna dry out as fast, and you're not gonna grow it mold as fast. At least I don't think so. Now, I like to, whenever I buy multiple cans, it doesn't matter how fast I plan to chew those cans. I always like to get one cold, just to keep it cold. Memorial Day weekend, I bought a couple cans at the beginning of the weekend. and I put 1 can in my cooler full of ice. Do not do that. If you're gonna do that, put it in a Ziploc baggie. Trust me. I put it in there. My ice fucking melted. Went all in my can, and my dip was just soaked in water. It was just wet as could be. I wrung the shit out. I took the can, flipped the lid on top, upside down, and pressed on it, and just black shit. I felt like I wasted half the dip because most of the nicotine went out with the fucking water. And it's also, and I'll explain that in a second why that did that. But that's what it was doing too. I put it in and just all that shit. So if you're gonna do that, I would advise not do it. If you plan on dipping, like Memorial Day weekend, when I'm in a social event, I dip like crazy. I will dip 2 cans in one day. If you plan on dipping it, just don't worry about putting it in the freezer. Just put it in your pocket, just to keep it there. But if you're gonna put it in your cooler, put it in a Ziploc baggie, because believe me, it will get wet and it's not gonna be good. It's pretty much all I have for preserving it, but restoring it, dried out dip. I went in the freezer and got this because it was what I had, and it was dry. Now, yeah, I put it in the freezer, and that's fine and dandy. Well, it might not even been dry. If I remember correctly now, Timberwolf looks dry. But your cans will dry out in the freezer eventually. Just like anything, they're going to dry out eventually. It takes a lot longer for them to dry out in the freezer, which says something about how long I had this, given if it was dry. But what I did is I added a little bit of water. Now, I put it under the faucet once just real quick, and it didn't look like it was enough. It was, but I'm a dumbass. I put it under again, and that's why it's so saturated in water now. Another thing you can do, and I don't recommend this if you're going to be driving, because no, it's not going to mess with you, but if you get pulled over, it could affect something. Alcohol. A lot of people I know, especially with like Copenhagen Black and the whiskey dips and all that stuff, they'll put a little bit of whiskey in there if it gets dry. Hell, I know some people that do that fucking anyway. But, it works, but I wouldn't do it if you're going to be driving, because, again, if you get pulled over, there's a possibility you could get a DUI when you take the breathalyzer, because there is alcohol in your mouth. And, it's just a mess you don't even want to get into anyway, because they're going to smell it on you. Because, trust me, you get pulled over and they smell alcohol and you're like, oh, don't worry, I just put whiskey in my dip. It's fine. You're still going to get a DUI. I guarantee it. It depends on where you live, but most places you're still going to get a fucking DUI because you have alcohol in your mouth. Another thing that I haven't tried, and honestly I don't do this very often because I don't really keep dips to the point where they dry out. I've never done this, but I heard about it. If you take the dry can of dip and you wet a towel, you pour the dip out in the towel and wrap it up, put it in a paper bag, and let it sit for a couple days. It'll moisten it back up and get it nice and moist, and it won't over moisten it. I haven't tried it. Maybe I'll try that next time if there is a next time. But if I do try it, I'll let you guys know how it works. Or if you guys have tried it before, let me know how it works. I've heard it works pretty well. But that's all I know, really. I tried to look it up, but I couldn't find it. I thought they made a spray. There's another thing you can do is just put water in a little like mister spray bottle and just mist it. Maybe a couple pumps, and that's all you need probably. Now, again, not an expert, and you guys can tell because of that. I overwet this, and it's just not a good experience. But that's pretty much all I have for preserving and restoring dip. You guys have any questions, ask me. If I can answer them, I can. I'll look them up if I can't, and I'll give you guys an answer. Now, the next thing I want to get into, it's a little rant because I'm getting pissed off at all this fucking shit going on YouTube. I'm sick and fucking tired of seeing all this drama in the YouTube dipper community. We got dippers hating on other fucking dippers in their videos, and got stem. There's YouTube dippers hating on other YouTube dippers in their videos. There's people ragging on each other, and there's all this drama shit going on. Not just in, you guys probably have an idea of what I'm talking about. I'm not going to mention any names, but you guys probably have an idea, but that's not all I'm talking about. It's happening everywhere. Just cut it out with the high school fucking shit, guys. I know that's hard for some of you because some of you are probably in high school. But if you're a YouTube dipper, just do your own goddamn thing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. And, you know, if you and your friends, if you and your YouTube dipper friends get in a fight or something, leave it off of YouTube. We don't want to see that shit. Because I watch a lot of YouTube dip videos myself. I'm not just a YouTube dipper. I'm part of the dipping community. I like to watch other people's videos, and I like to enjoy dip videos just as much as you guys who watch my videos do. I'm not only a dipper, I'm a fan too. I'm a fan of a lot of people. For those of you who I'm subscribed to, I do watch your videos, and I've seen a lot of shit going on lately of people getting off of YouTube because of shit happened with their other YouTube dipper friends and all that shit. And it's ridiculous, guys. We're not some of you are in high school, but a lot of us are not in high school anymore. We don't want to see that shit. We just want to get on YouTube and watch a cool dip video or dip review or whatever. Just leave it off of YouTube. Save the drama for somebody who cares, because we don't. We don't care about the drama. We don't care what happens between you and your dipper friends. We just like your content, okay? I don't want to watch a 10-minute video of you ragging on someone else. That's not entertaining to me. That's just bullshit. I have a girlfriend. I have to listen to that shit all the time. Not really all the time because my girlfriend's kind of cool. But, I've had girlfriends who, and you guys probably have girlfriends who fucking just talk shit on their friends because that's how women do. We don't want to see that on YouTube. We come on YouTube and watch dip videos to relax. We come on YouTube, watch dip videos, learn something new, just enjoy ourselves and all that shit. We don't want to see you in a squabble with your YouTube friends. If you have a problem with somebody, talk to them about it. Don't put it on YouTube. We don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't know if you guys want to watch it, but I don't. That's all I have to say about that. I'm not going to sit here and just rag on other people because that would make me a hypocrite. But I'm seeing a lot of it in the YouTube dipper community lately, and it's just pissing me off. It's like you're taking the fun out of it. It's supposed to be a fun thing for people to do and people to watch, and it's just letting down your viewers when you just sit there and, first of all, you kind of force your viewers to take sides, because some shit that's happened lately, I was fans of all of them, and I unsubscribed from one of them because he just put a fucking 10-minute video up of him ragging on other people, and it's like, fuck you, dude. No one gives a shit. But, like I said, that's all I have to say about that. I'm done. I put my 2 cents in there, and for those of you who subscribe to my channel, hopefully you see what I'm talking about. But that's all I have. So, preserving dip, freezer, snuff skins, dip more. Just, if you're worried about your dip going bad, then just dip it, The only reason I have this and a can of Copenhagen Black in my freezer is because I don't really like those. And Copenhagen Black, I don't mind it, but it's one of those things that doesn't come out very often. It comes out once, maybe twice a year, and I want to have it in case I want it. So, preserving dip, freezer, snuff skins, great. Cooler, but you got to be careful. Restoring dip, a little bit of water, a little bit of alcohol if you want to risk it, and maybe the wet towel method that I talked about. I am really out of time here, so I'm going to cut this video off. If you have any questions, comment below. As always, like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends. I'll see y'all later. Keep dipping and spitting.